year, on the last Saturday of March, the world convenes for the richest night of racing. $35 million in prize money for the Dubai World Cup and the 7 other races on the card. But beyond the trophies and the purse money, Meydan is a place where equine athletes and horse lovers are made welcome. Among the key people making sure that Meydan lives up to the standards of excellence and hospitality set by the rulers of the UAE is Mali Lahej Al-Basti. The vice chairman of the Meydan Group is a horseman at heart, a man who has earned the respect of professionals across borders and makes sure everyone he meets will want to come again. Mali Al-Basti is a very busy man, but never as busy as during the weeks and days preceding the Dubai World Cup. Thank you so much for your time. We're really grateful for you to welcome us here at Meydan. What a unique venue for horse racing.
It's a pleasure to have you here in Meydan, and it's a pleasure to see you after a long time. And pleasure to have you as a racing channel also here, because being a good supporter for Meydan and for racing around the UAE.
You've been involved with racing for a very long time, and also you have seen the vision of His Highness Shah Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and seen it come true with every step. What was it like to witness this process, the vision of creating a unique race here?
So we go back to Nader Shiba, when Nader Shiba used to host the Dubai World Cup, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed decided to have a better and a bigger and good racing infrastructure. So Meydan came into the picture. Meydan, I think, changed the industry of racing, you know, from A to Z. From providing the good facilities, the training facilities, the quarantine facilities, I mean, A to Z, I mean, you name it, for racing, for equine, it's available at Meydan.
And there is no other place like this in the world where people come to meet from everywhere in the world. I mean, Meydan is a very good name for it, because in America, for example, for the Breeders' Cup, you will have Europeans, sometimes Japanese, but here it's the whole world coming together, and a great place to meet and engage.
See, the timing, good for some country, and I think it's not right. I'm not good for some, and not good for some. The reason, like for in the state, if you have horses in training, let's say in Keyland or in New York, they move, as you know, in December or November back to Florida, so they could prepare for their own racing or to head the Kentucky Derby, and then to put Dubai World Cup in their map. Where in Europe, it's a bit, because of the temperature, and you know, it's a bit of different. I think temperature doesn't help, but still they keep coming back to race back here in Dubai. And Australia we start you know, sending horses. We saw 2 years ago a winner of an El Goz race was from Australia. The Japanese been a very good supporter. They come every year between 9 to 10, 12 horses. Hong Kong and you know, Singapore and the rest of the world, they've been very good supporter. And with the weather and with the prize money, I mean, you won't pick this prize money anywhere in the world.
That's true. And the very best horse from Japan, you were mentioning Japan, Almond-Eye, the best horse in Japan will be here, Dubai World Cup night.
We're looking forward for Almond-Eye to come over, and I think she will be the buzz of the Dubai World Cup, running on the Dubai Turf, mile and 1. And I think, I hope she pull a good crowd, and they always Japanese, wherever they travel with a big media behind them, you know. So that, I think, will buzz the World Cup, and will put the Dubai and the United Arab Emirates in the world racing map.
We spoke to Michael Adolfson from the media department. He said the media requests were already double, if not treble, what you usually have for Japanese media. I think all the eyes from Japan, the media and the people watching back home will be on Meydan.
I think the good point about the Japanese is not only racing. I mean, if it's football or anything they involve in, they'll have always a big and strong media behind the team.
You've seen many Dubai World Cups. What is your favorite memories, or what are some of your favorite memories of the Dubai World Cup?
See, the two races I always remember is Dubai Millennium winning the Dubai World Cup and Kalen winning the Dubai World Cup. I mean, Kalen was, I never seen a horse like the size of his neck, the size of his neck. He's a different league horse. When he won the trial here, because he didn't run in the Super Saturday, he ran, I think, on the 28th of February, I think a month before World Cup. And the way he walked, the way he trained, the whole world was looking forward to see this horse running in the Dubai World Cup. And the way he won it, just fantastic. And he went back to the state and gone back and won couple of group one, where people get some I don't know. I've been hearing people saying if a horse come from America, they race in Dubai, especially the main race, the Dubai World Cup, and they win the World Cup, they go back to the state, they don't do anything. Which is, example, Arrogate. I don't know, I think Arrogate missed the break. I think drawn 12, I'm not sure, I think he drawn wide. And he had to do the whole job all around the track, 2,000 meter. Maybe the World Cup took a lot of the horse, you know. But I'm against this point. If a horse come from the state and win a race here in Dubai, especially the World Cup, so many of them went back and won a group one.
Yes, pleasantly perfected.
Absolutely.
I think it depends on how much time you give your horses. You need to consider that this is a long trip. It's not an easy race. It's one of the hardest races to win in the world. So if you give your horses time, they come back.
It's tough, especially a horse flying like nearly 16 hours. Totally different time, totally different temperature. Everything is totally different.
But it's part of the challenge and
Absolutely.
What makes it so exciting.
This is what we like about always I'll put American better advance the European. The reason why is if they have a champion, they'll send the horse. Where in Europe, they'll save the horse for their own season. Which, we have, I can't judge Maidan because I work here. But from what we hear from different trainers, different jockeys, Maidan has the best turf course in the world. And the way the team looked after the maintenance of the track, especially the grass, is just one of the best in the world. So there is no excuse for any trainer to, okay, to blame the track, we don't mind. We do, people, everyone has his own view. We accept that. But to get $6 million on Shima Classic mile and a half and a mile and one on Dubai turf, and you don't send the top horses. I think people love to challenge and people doesn't love to challenge. So this is where always His Highness Sheikh Mohammed say, if you have a good horse, you gotta travel. You gotta take your horse to France, to England, to Ireland, to America. Then you prove you have the best horse in the world.
Well, you mentioned in your favorite memories one that's very special to me as well, Dubai Millennium, because that was the first time ever that I was coming to Dubai.
Right.
And I will never forget that race when Frankie was nearing the turn and the crowd starting to roar, and His Highness stood up and kind of gestured, almost as if he was worried that the horse would be scared from the crowd, or saying the race is not over yet. But that was, for me, coming to Dubai for the first time and seeing this happen, that was an amazing atmosphere and an amazing moment, because an incredible horse. Dubai
Right.
Millennium was the champion of the
And
lifetime.
if you remember the horse, after winning World Cup, it went to Prince of Wales, Royal Ascot, and it was, I think, Jerry Bailey, because Frankie had, I think, a plane accident or something. And I think a lot of media, they want His Highness Sheikh Mohammed to prove that he's the best horse in the world. And they were, I think, a horse owned by Aga Khan, I think. And so they were who's going to win the race. It's on the turf and it's this. But I think, and with jockey, Frankie is not available to ride the horse, Jerry Bailey on the horse, so I mean, it was one of the, I mean, the way he won it, just on the bride, like, I don't know, 10, 12 lengths, just.
Dubai Millennium still 4 in front. In second place, War making no impression at this stage. Followed then by Sumitas, Beanall, King Adam behind them. But as they come to the final furlong, it's Dubai Millennium. He's increased his advantage. He's gone 6 or 7 lengths in front. War can't pick him up. Battling on as Beanall, but this is some performance. It's Dubai Millennium. Jerry Bailey who goes on to win the Prince of Wales Estate.
Sorry you couldn't see him racing after he had, you know, he had an accident.
He was also an incredible stallion, and sometimes, I mean, it's a test of a true champion to not only win on the track, but although he didn't give us many crops, unfortunately we lost him too soon, but he was an incredible sire as well, and that's a test of a champion.
I think one of his best is Dubai. I mean, if you look at Dubai, wherever you want to run them, you run them. Where you want to go on the sand, you want to go on the grass, you want to go on all weather, you're going to go anywhere. Even, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe 2 years ago a horse went in Cheltenham by Dubai. So, where I think you don't go wrong if you buy anything by Dubai, you know.
People may not realize you're a very important businessman, but you are also a true horse lover. You know follow racing, you've owned horses, you bred horses. How did this passion develop for you?
See, I used to go to school back in the UK in the 80s, and when I used to go to a place called Eastbourne, which is the nearest race course will be Linkfield and Brighton. So we used to follow it a bit on the newspaper and this and that, you know. So, I mean, after a couple, maybe 6, 7 years, and I bought a horse, and but we tried to race here and there, but placed some couple of times, and then we thought, okay. Then I moved to the stayed for 2 years in America, went back here to Dubai, and then I started getting involved in certain way, not into. Like maybe buy a horse, race the horse, sell it back if I get the right money for it, you know. When I get into the polo sponsoring team, going to Deauville for the big tournament. Then from there we start like buying yearling. I think the first horse we were lucky to buy is a filly by Silverhawk and a colt by Distant View. Which I sent these 2 horses. I mean, I think it was the second sale of the breeze up in Newmarket, Tattersall. Sent the horse to Richard Hannon, and as you know, Hannon is a bit, you know, he will. So I said to him, he said, well, I said, when they're ready, if you call me, I'll come and see the horses. I think fantastic. He won his first time out in Ascot, and the filly I called her Garmusha, and. I think she won. I think she placed first time and then she won again. But when I went into breeding, just reading books and about breeding and this and that, you know. So I mean, I won't say I was very successful, but I was looking at. But stallion doesn't bother me. The stallion stand for 100,000 or stand for 2,000. Always you need a stallion which click with the mare you want. So I bred Safety Check, which I sold him as a foal.
Safety Check has bounded away. He's drawing away for what will be a big win. Safety Check gets his black tape.
I bred the dam of Sure Route, the dam of Godolphin filly won the other day here. I bred the Almanara, which is half brother to Dark Angel. So I bred a couple of nice horses. So always the trainer will say, Mali, you breed, you sell. You sell the good horse. I say, well, I don't know if they're good or not good, you know. So you don't know. You sell them, they make the right money, they go. When we try to weigh another one, it's a new trainer. So I think I enjoy it. You know, I really enjoy it. But I've been on the quiet side for the last 3.5 years, so I hope I'll get back again to the the breeding and bit of racing.
Yeah, because it takes time to be here and be done,
and you need time because it's all you gotta. I mean, you don't just click the stallions in the mirror. You gotta. I always like to read about the bloodline, and I go back like to 100 years. I got books who goes back to 100, 150 years, and you cross this, you cross that, and you gotta wait for the mare. I mean, I'm a person who, if a mare retired, let's say, of racing in October, I rather send the mare to the farm, turn the mare out in the grass. So if let's say if I have a mare and she retired in 2019, I won't send the mare to the stallion until 2021.
Okay,
give her time, get all the system, all the medication, everything to get out. Then you send her back in. So you keep her for 1.5 years, just to get back, What if her soreness in the body, what if her lameness, what if just let it heal by nature.
And that's the key, I think. To go back to our discussion earlier about horses going back to America, you need to give horses time to be themselves.
Absolutely.
And not just try to put them on your schedule.
No.
You need to respect them as animals.
I think you got to be patient. You got to wait to get. When racing, you got to be patient, and you got to accept winning. You have to be the good loser. If you're not good loser in the game, I'm sorry, you're not the right person to be in the game.
It can be very miserable racing because you have good days, but you have bad days as well.
Sometimes you wait for a long time, you spend a lot of money, you don't pick any winner, but it's a game of patience, and you got to be a good loser, not a good winner, no, a good loser.
You were talking about doing research about breeding, knowing where the horses come from, and I think it's also very important for us to understand where we come from in the history. And I understand your father was a big influence on you, and he was also close with designer Rashid, and he saw all the development of Dubai and the vision that the family had.
People been born in 50 and the 60s, they saw because if you go back to 70s, we go back to the 80s. I mean, I've been always saying, and I'm talking about 84, which is 35 years ago. It's for me to go to the UK, to London, I gotta jump on Gulf Air or on British Airways. British Airways used to fly to Kuwait and then to Heathrow. Gulf Air used to go to Bahrain and goes to Heathrow. And I think, if I'm not wrong, only Singapore Airlines used to fly non-stop out of Dubai after midnight. You go back, I mean, we come back today in 2019. We have more than 25 or 30. Let's say, I'm not going to be, I mean, I'll say 20 Emirates Airline, non-stop, from corner to corner, from Gatwick to Edinburgh to Glasgow. You get flights, like in the old days, you want to go to Ireland, you got to stop somewhere in Europe, connect flight. Now we got Emirates fly twice, I think, or once, and Etihad, the same thing. So it's I mean, you won't see this in anywhere in the world, I mean, France, for example, you go 3 times to Paris, you go to, I think, daily to Nice, and there's another area in France also. Emirates fly like 6 or 7 times. Plus you got Air France fly every day here. So it's something, even no one will dream about it in the 80s. So, I mean, big thanks to the ruling family, and the whole UAE and in Dubai. Big thanks to Al Maktoum family. They put this part of the world up in the map. So we thank them for that, and I mean, there is no word to appreciate what they've done for this part of the world.
You talked earlier about selling horses, and sometimes your trainer is not being happy that you're selling them. But you're also a businessman. That's what you do. You're a businessman. You're a negotiator. And can you tell us about how you got started with the feed at Nadel Shiba at the time, or also involved with the camel track? Is that?
Al-Basti started in 1997. I used to have horses in training in Gentut, flat horses, and I used to buy a kind of land seat from Abu Dhabi, and unfortunately the agent couldn't provide it from time to time. So I used to pay him in advance to say, listen, can you bring this ahead of time? You know, so I knew he kept saying, okay, the ship is late, that late, okay. So I dig in all the information, and the product come from a company called Furan. So I flew into, I don't know that days I need to get a visa to go to Ireland. So I have to fly to Saudi, get a visa, come back here and fly to UK, then connect to Dublin. I met the guy who owned Furan. His name is David. He passed away now. And I said, well, I'm from the UAE, I've got horse and training, this your agent and this and that. I just need something to put pressure. We be in advance. And he looked at me and said to me, do you want me to give you the same thing in a different, like a Coca-Cola and a different thing? I said, people look at the logo. They're happy with the logo, they're happy with the product, they'll buy. Even if you take the things in and put it in a different container. So I went through, I mean, honestly, I was not happy about the treatment we get from the agent. So I thought, okay, now my time to dig in. Because I always like to read about feed horses, this and supplement and all that. So we created Al-Basti Hartog. Hartog is a name from Holland, a guy who got a couple of farms around a place called Appenkerk, 40 minutes from north of Amsterdam, which with the Lucerne and Alfa. So we tie up with him to start, so we join Al-Basti Hartog, so we carry on. Then we start to build the company slowly and step by step. So today, I think we're in a bit of couple location around the world, sending a message like, we make money and we put it back into the game. You know what I'm saying? So if we make 10, we put Al-Basti will put 7 back into the game, sponsoring and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you also, through sponsoring, show appreciation of the horsemen and their work and the best turned out, and that's very important to celebrate the people who work. I mean, we know the trainers, we know the owners, we know the jockeys, but there are also people behind the scenes that make everything happen.
So we created things back in the UK, and must turn out everybody, but nobody will see the driver of a truck if he leave, let's say, Lambourne heading to York. The head lad, the groom. So we created kind of things, you know, to support the driver, with the head lad, the groom, you know. So because they work hard, nobody see them. So we need always to look after this people.
Well, we know you're a very busy man. We could stay and talk to you all day about horses.
No, it's a pleasure,
but we really appreciate your time. And anything we can wish for you and your team and the people at Meydan for the Dubai World Cup?
Well, hopefully everybody, anyone who will attend the Dubai World Cup, whether they're based in the UAE or they're traveling from abroad, we wish them a good luck and a good night and a good time in Dubai, especially when we have a blue sky and sunshine and bus horses from around the world competing in at Meydan.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I really, I cannot say how happy I am to have come. We talked about my first Dubai World Cup here in 2000. I made friends here that are more than friends. They became family, and I think that's what this place does. It brings people from all over the world, and it connects us in ways that we would have never been connected otherwise, and that truly is special.
Absolutely. This is what Dubai is all about, and this is what the UAE is all about, you know. I mean, we love everybody to come over. We welcome any nationality, anybody to come. I mean, whether to live here or to come for a holiday, anyone is welcome to this part of the world.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing
you very much.
Very soon at track work on race day.
Thank you.
110 horses from 5 continents and 14 nations are expected for the 2019 renewal of the Dubai World Cup. 6 Group 1s, 3 Group 2s, live concerts, memories to be made, and friends to inspire you to come back. Such are the promises made and held at Mega.